let's all meet in child's pose if you're not already there. Thank you again for joining me. Happy Monday. This will be a good way to kickstart our week. The little movement as a community. Whether you're down the mountain from me or across the country, I'm grateful that you're here on your mat. Child's pose, not super wide with the knees, kind of in between having the knees squeezed together and outside of the mat. Let the hips sink back toward the heels. It's okay if they don't connect. And then the fingertips, the palms walk forward toward the top of your mat. Let the forehead just rest down on the ground. You can rock the forehead side to side using that tiny little bit of movement to kind of pull your mind onto your mat, letting go of what went on this morning or what's going on this evening. We'll try to have as much presence as possible for the next 45 minutes. So it's a pretty small chunk of the day, but you have so much stimulation off the mat, it can be kind of hard to stay in the zone. So we're going to use our breath to create a metronome for the next 45 minutes, another tool to help us stay focused and kind of give our thoughts a rest. So take a big breath in through the nose. You can let the belly expand between the thighs as you inhale. And then a full breath out. Exhale all of the air. Feel yourself get a little heavier down on the mat. Then take a big breath in. Feel the center of the body expand. And again, full breath out. Never cheating the exhales, letting all the air out before starting the breath in. Let's take one more here. Full breath in, even bigger than the first two. Stay for your exhale. And start to press down into your palms. On your inhale, nice and slow, roll all the way up into your cat pose. So the hips pull up over the knees. Press through the palms, expand the space in the upper back, the space between your shoulder blades. On the breath out, drop the belly, rotate the sits bones to the sky as you slowly drop your hips back down to your heels. We pass through our child's pose and then inhale again, back up into cat pose. So try to exaggerate the spinal movement. Exhale, we pass through cow pose, sending the hips all the way down toward the heels. We'll take another full round. Inhale, up through cat, really fluid motion. Exhale, cow pose, send the hips all the way back. Little pressure underneath the palms, kind of pressing the body toward the back of the mat. And then we'll inhale, cat pose one more time. And then tabletop, just let yourself kind of relax. Bring the spine long and neutral. So you can kind of wiggle the hands and knees around to find the stacking as you'd like. Spread the fingers wide. The middle finger is going to rotate in line with the corners of your mat to release a little bit of pressure on the wrist crease. Kick your right heel, right foot back behind you. The toes can stay tucked under, down on the floor. Couple of pulses. The heel comes behind and in front of the toes to stretch out the calf, the Achilles. Find stillness. Kick your right heel up to the sky. Keep that foot flexed. Ground down through your right palm. Reach your left fingers forward. Hold here. Find the balance. Use the core to create the stability here. Cactus your left arm. Palm can face down. And then bend your right knee like you're trying to kick the ceiling. So this is going to feel kind of awkward, but we're taking a couple of moves to really warm up and strengthen our spine. So holding the body as it is. On the breath in, let the belly drop down like cow pose. Press your left elbow, back of your left hand to the sky. Try to kick your right heel up. It's going to feel weird. In the exhale, cat pose through the spine. Try to tap the elbow and knee together beneath you. So again, on the inhale, kick your heel up. Try to lift your elbow. And then exhale, connect the two beneath the belly. Last time, on the inhale, kick the heel as high as you can. Let the spine create a U shape. And then curl, make a rainbow at the back, tap elbow to knee. All right, extend fingers forward, kick your heel back, get long from that hand through the foot, and then drop down into your tabletop pose. So you can kind of wiggle around here for a second. Any movement, if you kind of take some circles with the spine to release the low back. Maybe shake out the right wrist. We put a lot of pressure on it. And then we're going to take the same moves on the other side to balance out the strengthening of the muscles along the back. So left foot extends behind you. Left leg extends, sorry. Foot is still connected to the ground. Toes are tucked under. Just take a couple pulses back and forth again to find this stretch through the lower leg. And then come into stillness. Kick your left heel up. A moment to find your balance. Tighten the core. Send your focus to the core throughout all this movement, and that'll help you find stability. Extend your right arm long. Now cactus the right arm. 90-degree bend through the right arm. Try to find as close to a 90-degree bend through the left leg as you can. Kick your left heel toward the ceiling. Flex that foot. On the next breath in, drop the belly toward the floor. Pull your right elbow to the sky. Kick your left heel up. Exhale, curl and round. Elbow to knee underneath you. Inhale, reverse the spine. Pull the elbow, the heel up. Exhale, curl and round. Nice job. One more time. Open up as you inhale. Lifting, lifting. Embrace the shakes. Exhale, curl and round beneath you. Press the spine high. Extend the leg, extend the arm, reach long. And then drop hand and knee to the floor. Again, any movement that you need to kind of release the low back. Find stillness when you're ready. Toes tuck under. Take a full breath in. And then down dog on your breath out. Nice and easy. Send the hips up to the sky. Press evenly through the palms. And remember, you can always have as big or as little of a bend through the knees as you'd like. Try to press the chest toward the top of your thighs, and you'll feel your sits bones start to rotate a little higher toward the ceiling, lengthening out your low back. Let's take a breath in here together and stay for your breath out. On your inhale, lift up your heels really high, look between your thumbs. Keep your legs straight and take a bunch of tiny little steps, tiptoeing your feet to the top of the mat. Kind of feel like you're waddling. And then eventually we find our forward fold. Feet come wide, hip width distance, wider if you'd like. Let's take a ragdoll pose. Clasp the hands to elbows. Sway side to side. Use some movement. You can think of yoga as a dance, so add some movement, some freedom anywhere you'd like. We have our breath as our soundtrack, moving us through the whole thing. You can bob up and down if that feels good. Stay still if you want, no rules. Come back, fingertips to the floor, release any bind if you had one. Heel toe your feet a little closer together so they can stay right underneath your hips, or you can bring big toes all the way to touch for a little bit narrower stance. On the breath in, halfway lift and hold, press the hands into the shins. Try to get as long and flat as you can through the spine. Take another breath here. Really activate and engage the core. That'll protect and help strengthen the back. And then forward fold on your breath out. Completely relax the upper body. Again, on the inhale, halfway lift. Try to get longer. Press the top of the head toward the front wall. And release, forward fold. Hang loose, crown of the head to the ground. Add a little bend in the knees, root down through the feet on your inhale. Roll all the way up to standing. Really try to roll. Chin is the last thing that lifts. The slower you roll up, the more of a release you're gonna feel on the low back. So we're all about spine health today. Reach your arms up overhead. Once you're all the way lifted, find high mountain pose. Take a second here to feel really big and strong and grounded. Pull the hip bones underneath the shoulders, so we're looking for a nice flat back here. Take a breath in, full breath out. Start to ground down through your right leg. Inhale is staff pose, left knee pulls into your chest. Hold here for a second. Send your focus, your strength into the right ankle, and that's going to support you through all of the balanced poses through our class today. So
Left foot is flexed. Take a breath in. Open arm twist to the left. Did this last week. See if you can take your gaze back toward your left thumb. And then inhale, sweep your left arm up and forward. And then nice and slow, we're going to step the left foot back behind us, coming into a lunge with a rocket arm. So we're reaching forward. The chest is hinging forward over the right quad. Takes a little extra effort with our core muscles to hold us tight and strong while we're leaning forward like this, supporting all the weight of the upper half. Take a breath in. Airplane the arms as you exhale, brushing the fingertips toward your back heel. And then on your inhale, high lunge. Sweep your arms up. Use that motion to lift through the chest. Sink deeper through the right quad. Aiming for the right knee over the right ankle. Take a breath in. Cactus the arms. Pull the elbows together behind you. Little back bend. Think about lifting the chest to the sky. Inhale, high lunge. Straighten your right leg. Left heel stays lifted. Swan dive over your right leg. Coming into a modified pyramid pose. We want the fingertips to find the ground. You need to take a bend in the right knee so it feels kind of like a lunge mixed with a pyramid. That's great. Not stressing about straight or bent legs today. So fingertips are rooted. On the inhale, press into the fingertips. Pull the heart forward. Try to lengthen the spine like a half lift. Exhale, relax the chest over the right quad. Again, inhale, press into the fingertips, lift the chest, try to pull the heart forward. On your exhale, ground your palms. So if you need to take a really deep bend in the right leg, go for it. Inhale is 3-leg dog. You're gonna send your right heel right up behind you, grounding through the palms in the left foot. Take another breath, try to lift the right heel a little higher, keep the hips square. And now on the exhale, let the hip open up. Right heel drops toward your bum, finding a big hip opener. You can take some movement here, knee circles, ankle circles if you'd like. Take one breath in. Full breath out, open wider. On the inhale, re-square your hips, extend your right leg. Exhale is low lunge, nice and slow. Plant your right foot between your hands. Drop your left knee down to the floor. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead, finding a low crescent lunge. Keep some pressure beneath your right heel so we're not dumping all of our weight into the hips. We want to have really active stretching until the end of our class. So we're kind of lifting up and out of the right hip. Take a breath in. Open arm twist to the right this time. Right arm pull, or right fingers pull back. Left pull forward. Keep the upper body as it is. Drop your left palm to the ground. Right fingertips reach up to the sky. Press into the feet. Lift up your left knee. Take a breath in. Try to open the chest a little wider. On your exhale, look down toward the top of your mat. On the breath in, you can drop the right arm. We're coming forward into a grounded airplane. So both fingertips beneath the shoulders. Kick your left heel to the sky. We send all the weight into the right leg. Hips are square. Again, we want the fingertips rooted. So if there's a bend in the right knee, that's great. Take a breath here. And then forward fold. Drop your right foot to meet, or the left foot to meet the right. Forward fold at the top of your mat. Take a breath in, halfway lift, lengthen and engage the back. And then exhale, forward fold, relax. Bend into the knees. Inhale, roll all the way up, high mountain pose, reach high. Exhale, your hands come heart center, just a reset. Grounding through the left leg this time. Inhale, staffed pose, sweep the arms up. Pull your right knee up into your chest as you lift high. Ground down through the left ankle. Again, send the energy, the focus into the left foot, the ankle to create stability. Take a breath in. Open arm twist to the right, so the chest opens up across the right thigh. Try to look back toward your right thumb. It's going to challenge the balance a little more. Next breath in, re-square the chest, arms to the front of the mat. And then slowly step your right foot back of the mat, finding our lunge on the left leg. Fingers chest reaching forward like we're gonna launch or dive right into a swimming pool. So tight core here. We're not resting on the top of the left quad. This is a strength-based pose. It should be tough, and if it's not tough, go deeper into your lunge. Take a breath in. Airplane the arms on the breath out, back of the hands, press up to the ceiling. Inhale, high lunge. Lift up the chest, stay low through the left leg. Breathe in. Cactus the arms, little back bend, doesn't have to be big. Inhale, lift up the arms, straighten into the left leg. Right heel stays lifted, slow, slow, slow swan dive. Over your left leg, coming into our modified pyramid. So again, it can be a pyramid lunge hybrid, or you can find a really straight left leg. Press into the fingertips. On your inhale, lift up halfway, pull the heart forward, lengthen the low back. On the exhale, relax over the leg. Again, inhale, press into the fingertips, lift up halfway. Exhale, palms plant. You can bend the left knee as needed. Inhale is three-leg dog. Left heel soars to the sky behind you. Keep the hips square at first. Use your left glute to pull the heel up another inch as you breathe in. And then as you exhale, let your left heel drop toward your seat. The hips open up. Find as big of a hip opening as you can. Feel that stretch through the inner right thigh. One more breath in. Try to pull your left knee higher as you exhale. On your inhale, re-square your hips, kick your left heel to the sky, leg is long. Exhale, find your low lunge, step your left foot between the hands. Right knee drops to the floor. Inhale, lift up the arms, the chest. Left side, low lunge. Again, press down through the left foot so we're not dumping all our weight into the hips. We're engaged. Take a breath in. Open arm twist to the left. Look back over your left thumb. That'll twist the neck for a full spinal twist. Keep the upper body as it is. Take a breath. On the exhale, drop your right palm to the floor. Inhale, lift up your right knee. Reach through the left fingertips. On your exhale, drop your left hand to the floor. We're in our low lunge. Look to the top of your mat. Inhale, kick all the weight into the left foot. Pop your fingertips forward, grounded airplane. So again, a bend through your left leg can help the fingertips find the floor. Take a breath in, try to lift your right heel a little higher, keeping hips squared. And then forward fold, drop your right toes to the floor. Take a fold, relax for a moment. Halfway lift on the inhale, palms to shins, forward fold, hang loose. Bend into the knees, inhale, roll all the way up to stand, high mountain pose, sweep your arms high. Exhale, hands through, heart center, just a reset. Press into the heels, inhale, high mountain pose, get tall. Exhale, sit low, chair pose. So we're not here long, take it really low. Weight comes back in the heels. Make sure you can see your toes. If they're hidden by your knees, bring the weight back even further. Take a breath in. We're coming into half chair on the breath out, sitting as low as you can. The rib cage, the chest comes down toward the top of your thighs, not resting there, just meeting. Take a breath in. And then forward fold. Relax, let the quads go loose. Give them a little shake if that feels good. Halfway lift on the breath in. On the breath out, plant your palms. And just step back to high plank. So a high plank, nice, tight, strong, long body. Remember, if you feel stronger with the knees on the floor, you can always take them down. Wherever you are, take a breath in. Shift your shoulders over your wrists. Come halfway down on the exhale. Elbows hug the side body. Hold for the inhale. And then come all the way down onto your belly. Take a moment to relax right here. Give the hips a little shake, a wiggle side to side. Let the arms go long alongside the hips. So we're going to take a classic locust pose to start and then add a kind of funky variation from there. So when you're ready, grounding down through the hips, the low belly. Inhale, lift the heart, lift your hands, and then lift your heels up toward the ceiling. So if you have some pain or tension in the low back, you can spread your feet really wide into a V, and that'll release some pressure there. Or try to squeeze the toes together if there's no pain. Press the fingertips toward the heels, lift the chest, lift the legs, one more breath in, and then exhale, relax, everything drops down to the mat. You can let one ear come to the floor. Give the hips a wiggle side to side. Okay, so we're gonna take two variations of floor bow. So we're taking a half floor bow. Reach your arms long in front of you like you were swimming. We'll start with our left side. So pull your left heel toward your glute. Left arm is gonna reach back around and see if you can clasp around your left ankle. So a little flexion through the left foot. If that bind isn't there and you still wanna work this strength, you can take our movement without the bind, and I'll show you in a second. So hand to ankle, flexion through the left foot. On your inhale, you're gonna kick your foot into your hand, and that action is gonna lift the chest up off the floor. Your right hand, right leg can stay grounded. Try to keep both hips level on the floor. So again, if the bind's not there, just like we did in tabletop, you can kick your hand and your foot up. You're gonna feel a lot of muscle action through the low back. Wherever you are, one more breath, see if you can lift everything a little higher. Carefully release on the breath out. Send your left arm along next to the right. See how the low back feels. The low back on the right side might feel a little bit tenser than the left right now. Let's balance it up. Pull your right heel toward the glute. Reach up and around. Right hand toward the outside of the right ankle. Flex your right foot. And then inhale, find the kick. So use the kick to lift the chest up off the floor. You'll feel your right hip pressing really hard down into the mat. Try not to let your knee kind of start to open the hip out to the side. Keep squeezing the knee in line with the left. Take a breath in, kick a little bit harder, and then release on the breath out. Bend the knees, flex the feet, windshield wiper the legs side to side. Saying thank you to the back. And then drop the toes back down on the floor. Plant the palms on the mat between your elbow and your shoulder. Keep the knees down, or we'll come up through plank. On the breath in, lift your body up off the floor, table or plank. Exhale is downward facing dog. Nice job, down dog. Let's take a breath in. And a full breath out. Find a nice stretch. Armpits press toward the knees. Inhale, lift up your heels, look between the thumbs. Either hop or walk your feet to your hands. Take a forward fold. Halfway lift as you breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, relax over the legs, add a nice bend in the knees. Inhale, roll all the way up to stand high mountain pose, get tall, and then hands to your heart center as you breathe out. So we're gonna take our flow from earlier, we're gonna build on it, add some flair. On the inhale, right leg is rooted, find your staff pose. Get tall, think about reaching up through the fingertips to lift nice and long through the right side body. Cross your left ankle over the top of the right thigh. We'll take a figure four. Bring your hands heart center. Sit as low as you'd like. Feel the lengthening happening on the outer left hip. Should feel really good. Want it to be difficult and feel good. All right, with control on your inhale, come back up, staff pose. So stay here with a bent leg, or challenge yourself by straightening the left leg. Doesn't have to be fully straight, doesn't have to be high up. Just use the quad to lift. Take a breath in. Open arm twist to the left as you breathe out. Keep the leg lifted. Inhale, back to center. So slow, with control, exhale to warrior three. So this is a huge pose for the back. If you have back pain, Bring the palms heart center. Otherwise, stay long through the arms. Breathe in. As you exhale, left foot lands. We find our lunge, rocket arms reaching forward. Breath in. Sweep the arms back as you exhale. So here's a change. Inhales, warrior 2. Spiral up and open. Arms are pulling toward the top and the back of the mat. And find some stretchiness in this warrior 2, bending and straightening through the right leg, helping to open up the right hip even deeper. All right, come into stillness. Turn both palms to face the ceiling and see how that lets the shoulders relax away from the ears. Now on the inhale, star pose, heels in, toes out. Exhale is horse. Take it really low. Palms come heart center. Actively press the palms together. Try to lift the chest. Sit as tall as you can, hips to the head, and then as low as you can through the legs. Little pulsing up and down can help you feel a little deeper in the pose, or kind of rocking side to side. So again, movement is always welcome, encouraged in every pose. Let's take one breath in. Full breath out. Keep your hands as they are. On your inhale, we're gonna start rotating the chest and hips toward the top of the mat, coming through lunge pose. The exhale, twisting, pulling your left elbow toward the outside of your right knee. So you'll feel the left heel lift up over the toes as you're pivoting. You can drop the left knee for a stretchier pose, or keep it lifted for more strength building. One more breath in. Twist deeper if you can as you exhale. Look up over the right shoulder. Inhale, unwind into your high lunge, lift tall. Exhale, cactus the arms, little back bend, or maybe it's bigger now that we're warm. Inhale through your high lunge, straighten your right leg. And then exhale is our swan dive to our modified pyramid, just for the breath out. Inhale, press into your fingertips, pull the heart forward. Plant your palms as you exhale. Inhale, kick your right heel up and back. Find your 3-leg dog. Exhale, bend the knee, fan the hip open. Inhale, realign the hips, re-extend the leg. And then low lunge as you breathe out. Drop your left knee to the floor. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. This time, we'll add a little back bend on the breath in. Reach the left fingertips up and back. We're coming into a low exalted warrior. Right hand can come to the left thigh, or press your hand into the low back, whatever feels accessible and comfortable. Let's take one more breath in here. On the breath out, left hand to the floor, right fingertips to the sky. Lift your left knee up off the floor. We're in our easy twist here. We're gonna send it into revolved half moon. So look toward the top of your mat. Get light on your left foot. On your inhale, all the weight comes into your right foot. Left fingertips are grounded beneath your left shoulder, but keep pulling your right fingers to the sky. So this is another kind of awkward pose. Don't stress about how open the chest is to the right side. Try to focus on lifting through the left heel. Take a breath in. Standing split on your breath out. Drop your right hand to the floor. This time, let the chest melt over the right leg as you lift your left heel higher. So we don't just stress about alignment all the time. Try to let the hips open up toward the left for this standing split rather than keeping them square. You'll feel your left heel get higher. And sometimes changing up our alignment just changes the stretch. That's okay. Let's take a breath in and then slowly drop into your forward fold on the breath out. Hang out in your forward fold for an inhale and for the exhale. Inhale is half lift, tight belly, tight back. Forward fold on the breath out. A little bend in the knees. Inhale, roll all the way up to stand. High mountain pose, get tall and strong. And then palm to palm, hands heart center as you breathe out. Let's do it again. Other side. Left leg is our trunk. Inhale, staff pose. Pull the right knee into your chest. Find the ground beneath the left foot. Flex your right ankle. Cross right leg over left. Coming into our standing figure 4. Now you'll feel the release on the right side and some strengthening balance action through the left ankle. On the inhale, extend the left leg, come back into staff pose. Hold a bent leg or challenge yourself extending, kicking your right foot forward like a karate kick. Take a breath in, hold it there. Open arm twist as you breathe out. Pull your right fingertips back. Try to look back over that thumb. And then inhale, recenter, chest and arms forward.
Hey.
So slow. Exhale. 2, warrior 3. Kicking your right foot up behind you. Reach both hands forward. Super strong spine here. Any pain, again, hands come heart center. Use modifications, they're a wonderful tool. Let's take one more breath in. Slowly lower right toes to the mat. Come into our lunge, keep reaching forward. Pull through the fingertips to get longer through the back. Inhale. Airplane the arms as you exhale. Inhale, warrior 2. Spiral up and open. Right foot plants. Parallel to the back of the mat. And then start to bend and straighten. Yeah, I'm out of breath. Bend and straighten into the right leg. Trying to get a little deeper into your stretch. Come into stillness, as deep of a lunge on the left leg as you can. Flip your palms to the sky. Let the shoulders relax away from the ears just for a moment. And then the next breath in, we find our star pose, aligning hips and chest to the right edge of our space. And then horse pose again. So let's take our horse deeper if you can. An option to take a really deep horse and a big hip opener is dropping the elbows onto the top of your quads and kind of pressing your arms into the legs to open the hips. This is really deep. If it's not there, don't stress. Let's take a breath in. And as you exhale, hands meet heart center if they separated. Inhale, start to pivot your right heel up over the toes as you pull the hips in line, top of the mat. Exhale is the twist, right elbow to the outside of the left knee. So tension between knee and elbow, use it to twist. Can drop the right knee for stretch. Keep it lifted for strength. Try to look up over the left shoulder. Take one more breath here. Stick with it on the breath out. It's a lot on the quads. Inhale, lift the heart, the arms, high lunge. And I'm forgetting where we are. Exhale, straighten. Oh, exhale, baby, back bend. Lift the heart up and back. I'm crazy. Inhale through high lunge. Extend the left leg. Exhale is a swan dive over that extended leg. Fingertips meet the mat. On your inhale, lift up halfway, long spine. Exhale, plant the palms, maybe a bend through the left knee. Inhale, kick your left heel up and back behind you. Bend the knee, fan the hip open as you release the air. Re-square the hips, extend the heel, fill. And then exhale, low lunge on the left side. Drop your right knee to the floor, sweep the arms up, lift the chest, find our low crescent lunge, breathe in. Open arm twist to the left as you exhale. We'll add the back bend if you'd like. On the inhale, reach the right arm up and back. Left fingertips find the back of your right quad or back of your right thigh, or press your hand into your low back, what feels most supportive. Take another inhale. On your exhale, drop your right arm down. Extend your left fingertips to the sky. Pick up the right knee. Bring the gaze to the top of your mat. So getting ready for our revolved half moon. Get nice and light, bouncy on the right foot. Look forward. The inhale takes you into the pose, launching all the weight into the left leg. Right heel kicks up to the sky. Left fingers pull up to the sky, trying to rotate the chest open. Feels weird. Weird is good. Take a breath in. Standing split on the breath out. Both hands to the floor. Relax the upper body. So standing split, we can give the upper half a break. Try to kick your right heel high. Option to peel the hips open. Let's take another breath here. And then slowly drop into forward fold on the breath out. Hang heavy over the legs. Inhale is a half lift. Exhale, release, a fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up, high mountain pose. And exhale your hands, heart center. Awesome. Let's start to slow things down. Inhale, reach up, high mountain. Nice controlled swan dive to the floor as you breathe out. Halfway lift on the inhale. On the breath out, plant the hands, step back to high plank. Just passing through here, one breath in. And then down dog on the breath out. Okay, so we can have a funky stretch coming up. If at any point it feels really bad, you can keep both feet grounded in down dog, and I'll explain as we go. So we're gonna take figure 4 legs in our downward facing dog. So add a nice bend in the knees. You're gonna pick up your right foot, cross right ankle over the top of your left thigh. So this is layer 1. See how it feels? A nice big bend through the left knee is gonna allow you to press your chest toward the legs. You'll start to feel the same length happening on the outer right hip that was happening when we were standing up. This feels good. We're gonna lower our left knee to the floor, keeping the cross of our legs. So this is a big stretch through the right leg. Right toes stay tucked under. If this feels bad, release the twist and have your thighs parallel as if we're in tabletop. So from here, come down onto the forearms. You can kind of relax the upper body, let the belly start hanging down toward the floor. If this feels good, we're gonna walk the hands forward, coming into a puppy pose variation. So as you're dropping your chest down to the floor, you're gonna feel some pressure pushing through the outer right hip, which will feel really nice. Remember, bad pain is a sign to take a step back, maybe uncrossing the legs, coming into a regular puppy pose. So big breath in here, forehead or chin on the floor. Stay for the breath out. Start to press into the hands, elbows, whatever is rooted. Help lift up the chest. If you can, keep your legs as they are. Press back into down dog, coming out the way we came in. Figure 4 legs, and then releasing the crossed both feet. Rooted, walk out the dog a little. So that's kind of funky, a little different. Just kind of playing around with different variations of figure 4. Let's try it on the other side. So right leg is grounded. Add a bend into the knees. The heels can be lifted. That's great. Cross your left ankle over the top of your right quad. Keep bending, bending, bending into the right knee, pressing the chest toward your left shin. And then eventually the right knee can find the floor. Left toes are tucked under. Big cross of the left leg. Start here, see how it feels. If it feels good, come on to the forearms. That feels good. Start to walk the hands forward again, coming into our figure 4 puppy pose hybrid. The chin can tuck so you're looking forward, and that'll open up the throat. Big stretch on the front side of the body. Again, you can do this without the legs crossed. And you're ready. We're gonna start walking right back out of the pose. Lifting up the chest, pressing into the palms. Try to come back to your down dog with figure 4 legs, and then release left foot to meet the right. Walk it out, last down dog. Thanks for playing around with me in that pose.
Come into stillness, lift up your heels, look forward between the thumbs. Exhale, walk or hop to a seat. We're taking cow face pose. So a lot of hips here at the end. Both knees are bent. You're gonna cross your right leg over the left knee. Heels kind of pull in close toward the hips. It's gonna be nearly impossible to have the knees stacked right on top of one another. So don't stress if that's not there. Don't stress if your right foot doesn't meet the floor. Just keep it flexed. If it's not grounded, it's okay. From here, reach your arms up overhead, get long through the upper body. Keep the sits bones grounded as you drop the palms to the floor and start to walk the hands forward. So again, relaxing the upper body, just let the chest fall over your right knee. You can relax the neck, just letting the chin drop down toward your chest as you'd like. Maybe you're curling into such a small ball, the elbows fall down onto the floor. We're really closing up here. And then press into the hands, lift the chest back up. Uncross the legs, give them a little kick in the air, kind of like a burlesque show. I know I used to talk about that all the time. And then let's stretch it out on the other side. So left leg crosses over the right. Heels kind of squeeze in toward the hips. You're gonna notice not symmetrical on our sides. Flex both feet. Reach the arms up as you breathe in. Stay rooted through the butt. And then fall over the legs. Walk the palms forward as far as you can without letting your sit bones lift. You can relax chin to the chest if you like, giving the spine a big curl over the legs. And then walk the hands back to the knees, lift up the chest, uncross the legs, give them a little shake as you'd like. Pull the knees in toward your chest, heels in toward your seat. Reach your fingertips forward, sit up really tall. Again, here's our reverse zombie pose. Breathe in. And then as you exhale, spine comes down to the floor. So we're going to take one back bend here, bridge or wheel. If wheel's in your practice, I really recommend it to get a full front side expansion. When you're ready, bridge pose, just let your arms relax alongside the hips. Wheel palms by your ears. On the inhale, send the hips to the sky, press into the heels. You're in a wheel pose, you want fingertips pointed toward the heels. If it's not there, don't worry. Take one more breath in, get as big as you can. And then your exhale takes you all the way to the floor. Knees come into your chest, rock side to side. Take a couple circles with the knees. You'll feel your low body kind of pivoting around on your sacrum. And now bring the legs to 90. Arms come out to a T. Breathe in. And let both knees fall to the right as you exhale. It's a gentle supine twist. Let the gaze fall over your left shoulder. This isn't big enough for you. You can pop your hips toward the center of your mat, and that's going to let the spine rotate a little deeper. Your next breath in takes you up through center. Knees stay squeezing together. Exhale, drop them to the left. Let the gaze fall over the right shoulder. You can bump the hips in for a deeper stretch. Last few moments of controlled breath. Take a full inhale. Nice deep exhale, relaxing down onto the ground. Inhale, come through center. Squeeze the knees into the chest, lift up your forehead, try to tap knees and nose together, and then relax, let the body open up into final rest. Widen the legs,
Bring the arms wide. Become a starfish basking on a rock. I'm having some beach vibes right now. Let go of the control of your breath. We'll just stay here for a couple of short moments. You can stay as long as you'd like, but find full stillness and full relaxation before we move. If you're feeling energized and ready to get up into the evening, pull the knees back into the chest. If you feel like relaxing, stay where you are. We'll carefully pop up to a seat. One more breath as a group to close out. Reach your arms up overhead. Fill, lift your chest. And exhale, hands through, heart center. Thank you so much. A pleasure as always, and I can't wait to do it again.